Hey, Jimmy here with a deck profile for Smoker. Played today's local at my recent card shop, Top Deck Keep in California Riverside. Don't know the address exactly, but that's where the shop is. Yeah, we played Smoker today, and we played against four players in 12 people. So I played against a Zoro the first round, a Smoker Mirror Match the second round, another Zoro on the third round, and a Zephyr on the final round using Smoker. So his effect says Dawn 1, activate main once per turn, give one of your opponents -1 on his level. So for example, if I target him, Marco would be level 3, not level 4 this turn. And if there's a 0 on the board, regardless of anywhere else in the game, he gains 1,000. So he has a potential to be 7,000 per turn on swings. And that's pretty much it. Let's go with the deck list. So to start off is one of the best cards in the deck is Kuzan, the 10 drop. Effect, give your opponents -5 to their costs on your turn, and then on play KO up to one of your opponent's character with a cost of 0. So the reason I played him at 3 is 4 is a little too cloggy in my opinion. When I had him at 4, he was seeing way too much than I wanted to see him. So sometimes he would just be a dead card in hand, and I would just ditch it for Sakazuki or Kobe, because I don't need him at 3 Dawn or at 5 Dawn, and so on, until 10 Dawn, right? And that's why I cut him to 3. I saw him less than I wanted, which is the goal, and I saw him when I needed him, pretty much, which is just like 1. I would have 1 in turn, at 5 or 7 Dawn, I would just have him in hand, and it was like, I could deal with this, play around it. Because also, personal feeling was I had to not rely on this card to win my matches. I get Kazan makes your game more winnable if he's dropped on the board. But in my perspective, I was trying to learn how to play around not relying on this card, which is good, but just trying to learn the deck in and out, So the next is the Baby Kazan, second best card in the deck. Is 4-drop Kazan, on play draw a card, and then when attacking give one of your opponents -4. It's really good for the combo. So for example, if he doesn't get rid of this Kazan right away, and he lets it live, and you're about to be on 10 Dawn, it's over, whatever he has, like a big boy, is getting popped. You're gonna just swing 5 for life, or to clear something, -4 to the big boy that you want gone, and you're just gonna smack 10 Dawn and just pop whatever that dealing with the board situation, like white beard or something like that. Next is we have the young boy Barcelona. He was in today's MVP, in my opinion. I played him in every match today. Against the mirror match was cracked because he would just play his, I would play mine. He would force me to block, and I would force him to block with his, and I just kept drawing it like the next Barcelonas, and then it got to the point where I had 2 Barcelonas to his 2 Barcelonas and my Sakazuki, and I was just swinging, big numbers into his board or to his life, and you just force him to get, KO'd. And also, it also sucks because my opponent was red and playing Zoro, and he couldn't KO it with the jet pistols on his turn because I guess he was new to playing black, so he didn't know how to deal with it other than KOing it or getting. Be careful, because it's happened to me where I forget to put Dawn on him on my turn when going for life. I would be like 5, or not 5k, sorry. I would be like 7k Smoker to life, and he would just say, I'll take it, and then he'll just jet pistol it for free. I'm just like, fuck. But yeah, remember, it's only on their turn that it can be KO'd. On your turn, it can be KO'd. Remember that. And then in the final Admiral, Sakazuki, we play him at 4. He is 50-50. I feel like he's needed at 4 because you need to see him as much as you can. He's like one of your big bodies, your boss monsters, 7k, right? He pops a 5 or less, so he makes your smoker really good sometimes. Like sometimes people would drop a 6 drop Luffy Ivankov or a Sakazuki in return. You just say smoker and then Sakazuki it to death. And for mirror match wise, it's really bad for mirror because sometimes he would have Barcelino, smokers, stuff like that that can't be KO'd. But don't be scared in the mirror match. I feel like you have to drop this regardless. He's a 7k on board that he has to deal with. So I feel like you need to just swallow the effect, the on play effect, and just play for free like a vanilla monster. So I play Helmeppo at 3. Just because sometimes you need board presence and the -2 is really good. So what he does is when attacking -2 to an opponent cost during the turn. If there's a character with a 0 or less or 0 in general, he gets 2,000 during the battle. So it's kind of awkward. So how it works is, so you would be 3,000 to a leader, and then you would minus like a 2 or 1, right? Target it. The game then registers, okay, there's a 0 on the board. You met the requirements. So it becomes a 3k to plus 2k. So it'll be 5k to leader, you know? So that's kind of how it works. He also made combos go off as well for like the smoker to get the 7k as well. We also play for Kobe. Kobe is one of the best cards in the deck as well. I want to say top 4 card in the deck. He pops anything early game. For example, the red players, he played Nico Robin or Zoro. I would just answer it with this. Same thing with the mirror match. He would just pop my Kobe. But I would just play this and use smoker effects first and then Kobe to Kuzan to death or 4-drop Kuzan. Stuff like that. And then we play Baby Smoker at 4, just because of the mirror match, the red matchup and purple matchup. This card is really hard to KO or to get rid of if have a blocker or if he doesn't have anything to swing with and stuff like that. Because if you let him live long enough, you're just swinging 7k like for free. So I would give him a Dawn and use my smoker's effect. So I will target a 0 cost, like a chopper or a block or anything like that to force it. So he gets the 7k and he gets the 2k. But since I give him a Dawn, I go 7k into life and he just forces the chopper or a Capone, so shit like that. And he still gets the 7k. If he blocks with the Capone, he does not get the 2k bonus. So you have to swing with this first and then with your leader, because the leader has the stagnant 1,000 already because he met the requirements. And then we play the 5-drop smoker at 4. It's nothing big. You know what it does, right? It can be KO'd as well. And if you give him a Dawn, if there's a 0 on the board, he gains double strike. Just be careful when attacking this card. Make sure you have your Dawn set up, because I lost really big when I had this game. I had this, a Kuzan, and a freaking Barcelino. I put 4 Dawn on him and no more Dawn because I was just waiting for to see what happened in life. I swung 11 into double strike and he took both. He took the hits, right? And they were both double jet pistol, and I lost the game because of that. He just instantly popped my Kuzan and my Barcelona for free, and it was my fault because I should have did sequence first. I should have been attack, and then play the Barcelona, Kuzan, stuff like that. So that was my fault. We played a 1-drop Kobe. because he's your problem solver in the late game. In my preference, sometimes you can't use the 2-Don like event, right? The meteor volcano. So he's also like a late game card, unless you need to pop something right away, like a Brook, not a Brook, sorry. If you need to pop a Momo, a Bonnie, shit like that. So he would be the problem solver to kill those things entirely, to get the effect off. Like 7k, drop this, pop it, pass. And also, it combos off really well with the Kuzan and the 4-drop Kuzan, because it gives that free card to pop. Like anything that he plays is just instantly dying as soon as he passes his turn with the 10-drop Kuzan and 4-drop Kuzan on board. And then we're gonna go with the 2k counters. We play for Toshigi, just because it's good in a sense of needing it sometimes. Today's match, I didn't need it to play it. I only used it for a counter, which is really good. The fact is, you play it, you activate its effect, you target one of your opponent's card and minus it to 2 levels. And sometimes it did need to be played, but I didn't need it today. I just used it as a counter, which is really good. I was just playing really, really good today. And the next we have Old Lady Susuru. Same thing with the Toshigi. You don't need a player unless you need to get that, the math going, right? The minus 2 here, minus 2 there to get the effects going for your smoker or your Kobe, stuff like that. And then we play Shotgun Garp, because he's just that guy. 4-drop, 2-drop Garp, because sometimes on curve against the red or mirror match. Well, not the mirror match. Sorry, the red match. On turn, I would be like on turn 2. Like I would go first. I would win the die roll, or he would let me go second. In general, I would have this in hand. I would just instantly drop this and pass, because he would play like a blocker and pass. I'm like, okay, cool. So I get to play this and pass, and hopefully it doesn't just like Jet Pistol or something like that, or Vista, right? This happened before. Every time I play like a LoL player, they just Vista my Garp right away because they know what it can do. Because the combo is, okay, cool. So Garp pass, he plays something and pass, and when it's your time to strike, you give 1 Don to him. You target the blocker or whatever 0 costs to make it 0. Swing 7 to life. Or up to you. You could do like the 2 Don on him. 5k to life, pop the 0 cost that you know what I mean, the blocker or some shit like that. It's really good. It's really good if you know how to use it for the matchup. And if anything, he's a really good 2k as well. So for the events, we play 3 Meteor Volcanoes. Card is self-explanatory. KO up to 1 character, one of your opponent's character with a cost of 1 or less. I've used it before for KOing all day, but the MVP I would have to say is the draw 2 effect, the trigger effect. The draw 2, discard 1 from your hand. It came in really clutch. Like, what can I say? It came in clutch. It made my hand, a dead hand, a viable hand. Like, it gave me like a Kuzan, a 2k counter, and I just ditched like a smoker, the 5-drop smoker that was dead in my hand for like a turn or 2, right? So it definitely put it to 3. I used to have it at 2. Shout out to my boy Mark for telling me to play this at 3 or 4, because the card's really good. Self-explanatory. Just draw 2, just ditch 1. It makes your freaking, it makes your hand more alive than it could be. And then finally, the final event, the best card, second best card, I feel like, is the Shockwave. Off of life is insane. You just pop any level 4 or less on your opponent's board. If needed, the 4k counter and pop a level 3 active, which it happens once or twice. He was smart enough to where he just kept swinging with like the 3s first and then swing with leader after. I'm like, yeah, well, I'm gonna just use it just to pop a potential free swinger. But I got this card off of life more than actually more than once in today's, and then that makes it enough for me. I got to use this effect fully, so MVP. And then for the pricing, I got the freaking Dawn and Winter Frankie, sadly. I wanted to get the Winter Isa because I feel like it's the best card in the set too, the participation packs. And yeah, that's it. Shout out to my boy MetaMark for helping me learn the deck more / what I could do to be more aggressive in the current state of the game. And pretty much just giving me the deck list needed for to compete in the current mind meta game of our locals. Shout out to my sponsor, Uzumaki Card Shop. Check them out on Instagram and I believe Twitter and Facebook. I'm not too sure. I usually just use Instagram, but yeah, check them out. They also gave me the mat. They gave me the mat to play with. This is like the Naruto on our boy. He has this in different colors. He had it in orange and black, which is like the best one he has. I just chose the purple because the purple, I like purple a lot, so I just chose the purple, the black and purple. But yeah, again, check them out. Uzumaki Card Shop. Here we're gonna have singles and gear, stuff like that for you to acquire. And this is the deck profile for Smoker 2023 of March 31st. I will catch you guys next time. Peace.